And while that's happening, things at the door. 3rd of November. Gee, that's coming up quickly. There. Flying Fiddles and Soaring Voices for 2019. I do encourage you to go if you want a fabulous few hours just listening to wonderful fiddle music with all grades, from the little ones to the older ones, and of course the folk choir, and so many people involved in this, and they give you a lovely afternoon tea, and it's well worthwhile going. I've been to the last two, and I'm certainly intending to go to this one. It starts at 4 p.m. and all the details are here. The bar, of course, will be open in here. And also Annie's artists group, the Botanical Artists Society of Queensland, are doing their fluorescence, what do you call it, exhibition. Sunday 16th of November to Tuesday 26th of November, but not at the Botanical Gardens this time. They've moved into a gallery at Grafton Street, Windsor. So please pick one of those up, and they're at the door too. And Annie says that if you want to go when she's demonstrating, you can go and heckle her. So you go along and heckle Annie. So, what a pleasure. John Thompson, thank you.
Accompanied by Mr. Dudland. You can call him Stan. Get the joke out of the way first. It's an old song, and I've changed it slightly. When first I came to Kirrindai, the girls all jumped with joy, saying one unto the other, here comes a union boy. We'll treat him to a bottle, and likewise to a dram. Our hearts will always be behind a good union man. I hadn't been in Kirrindai not 1 week, 2 or 3, when a handsome, pretty fair maid, she fell in love with me. She introduced me to her mother as a loyal union man, saying, "Mother, dearest mother, now he's gently joined the gang. And we'll treat him to a bottle, and likewise to a dram. Our hearts will always be behind a good union man." Oh daughter, dearest daughter, oh this can never be, for only 2 years ago he scabbed at Forkadee. Oh mother, dearest mother, the truth to you I'll tell. Since then he's joined the union and the country knows it well. So we'll treat him to a bottle, and likewise to a dram. Our hearts will always be behind a good union man. Oh Fred, you've joined the union, so stick to it like glue, for the scabs that were upon your back now number only for you. But if you go black-legged or scabbing it likewise, it's with my long, long fingernails I'll scratch out both your eyes. Till then we'll treat you to a bottle, and likewise to a dram. Our hearts will always be behind a good union man. So all you good young people, wherever you may be, let's raise up the flag, oh the flag of unity. And all this foul black-legging, it'll soon be at an end. And I pray that every one of you will be good union men. And we'll treat you to a bottle, and likewise to a dram. Our hearts will always be behind a good union man. Yes, we'll treat you to a bottle, and likewise to a dram. Our hearts will always be behind a good union man. Thank you. Now, you're going to have to forgive me tonight. I'm reading some lyrics because I've got a couple of new songs. And the hardest songs to remember are the ones you write. Maybe I write songs to forget. I saw this story a couple of times online, and it just struck me as being bit of an iconic sort of thing. There was a in Harlan County in the States, there's a coal mine, and they shut the mine and just left everything as it was. And then a few months later, they sent a train in to collect the coal. And all the people who hadn't been paid, who were in the town, thought this was a bit rough, and so they blockaded the railway tracks for about 3 months. The story's been updated recently because they've pretty much all been paid now, and so they let the train go. I just love the idea of keeping the train hostage. It means I'm going to stop playing guitar from time to time and touch the little screen that's in front of me. Just if someone could sneeze whenever that happens, just distract from it. A train won't roll till we get what we are owed. By sweat and blood we paid to fill them cars with coal. When the mighty fall, we might have our pot of gold. Until we get our pay, the train it will not roll. Thank you. Just stop it. I think someone edited it. It's a short song, I hope you enjoyed it. Down in Harlan County there's a fine Kentucky town, where although the coal was plenty, they shut the coal mine down. No work for the miners, resigned to meet their fate. No jobs, no cash, no work at all, hearts hardened up with hate. 1,700 workers laid off that 1st July by the boys of Black Joe Mining, who couldn't tell us why. They sent us all back home, the words they wouldn't hear. We wondered what the future held when the paychecks didn't clear. Now that train won't roll till we get what we are owed. By sweat and blood we paid to fill them cars with coal. When the mighty fall, we might have a pot of gold. Until we get our pay, the train it will not roll. The only way to make a wage was up and move away. But some of us were born here, and it's here that we will stay. Homes were lost to marriages, endless hours of pain. But all of that was changed one day when in they drove a train. Not money for the workers, they were here to take the coal. We saw them load the cars up, leaving nothing there at all. They would steal all our black diamonds, $1 million load. Our bank accounts were empty, now they're trying to take our souls. But that train won't roll till we get what we are owed. By sweat and blood we paid to fill them cars with coal. When the mighty fall, we might have our pot of gold. But till we get our pay, the train it will not roll. We couldn't let them drive away, we set up camp across the tracks. They asked what we were doing, but we showed those boys our backs. More miners came, friends were made, the days went by and by. We heard each other's stories as our songs, they filled the sky. Now that train won't roll till we get what we are owed. By sweat and blood we paid to fill them cars with coal. When the mighty fall, we might have our pot of gold. Till we get our pay, the train it will not roll. The days they grew to months will stay if it takes a year. They threaten us with courts and such, but miners know no fear. Finally the checks were cleared, we'd made the owners pay. With the money safely in the bank, we let them drive their train away. But that train won't roll till we get what we are owed. By sweat and blood we paid to fill them cars with coal. When the mighty fall, we might have our pot of gold. But till we get our pay, the train it will not roll. Gavin was playing Baron earlier, so I'm going to take advantage of him and ask him to come up and give me a hand at this next one. This is one of the songs that I wrote for a show I did about conscription. Censors conscripts in Queensland. And one of the themes I picked up on while I was writing and looking through stuff at the State Library was what it must have been like to be Irish in the First World War, because there were a lot of Irish in Australia, and there was a real questioning of where their loyalties lay, because of course the Irish uprising was 1916 in the middle of the war. There were attempts to ship German guns to Ireland to help them in their fight and all that sort of stuff. So it was it must have been very strange. And then I found a couple of things during the research. There were Irish soldiers from the Connaught Rangers at Gallipoli. And the other thing I didn't realise was there were Australian soldiers in leave in Dublin during the Easter Uprising. They were actually called back into service, sniping at bicycle messengers on the other side of the river, where the post office was. There's one photo of an Australian in Dublin during that, and apparently he's one of the servicemen. So I wrote this song called Ireland's Loyal Sons. Let's see how we go. We haven't talked about this.
Is it a 6/8 or a 4/4?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. Yeah. When our men come to take your land, will you march to freedom's drum? Stand against the foe, stay behind, will you dare defend your home? The call to battle comes to all who stand in Ireland's name. We will face the steel of all who dare to put our land in chains. The 10th went ashore at Gallipoli, Connaughts marched at Suvla Bay. They fought beside Australia's sons, their blood flowed to the sea, while Australian slouch hats were marched in ranks, and on Dublin's streets were seen. Sons of the South put brave rebels down in the Easter of 16. Hughes and Kitchener doubted us, they would say we were not true. But we fought for them and then fought against the empire that they knew. We took up arms that the Germans sent to make our land our own. Neither Kaiser nor the English throne will ever take our homes. Was it for Ireland that you fought, or the empire of the crown? Loyal men who would never fail to bring all tyrants down. While Ireland still lies in chains, our foe is all too clear. All who would hold beneath their heel the land that we hold dear. The flag of orange, white and green above our land is flown, while to the north the Union Jack remains loyal to the crown. Whether beneath the Southern Cross or another flag we stand, in our hearts we always will remain true sons of Ireland. Now I need to apologise for this next one for all sorts of reasons. Most of them will be apparent once you hear it, so never mind. It's a traditional story, but I've parodied an Australian song to put the story to. I saw Kev Comedy at that gig at the uni. That was fantastic. Come gather round, people, I'll tell you a story about three little piggies with nowhere to live. They relied on each other for tips on construction, but the big nasty wolf, he had no help to give. The first little piggy with straw he got building a lovely straw house with a nice bright blue door, a big brass door knocker with enamel and gilding. But the big bad wolf, he showed what he was there for. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. 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 See, the realization sinks in that there's more song. The straw it went flying, the piggy went running. He ran to the second pig's house, his best friend. He knocked on the door and the pig made him welcome in a house made of sticks. The pigs locked themselves in. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. 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 The big bad wolf blew. He blew. The sticks they went flying. They flew through the air like a big bunch of sticks. The 2 little pigs on their 8 legs went running to tell that the pig wolf was up to his tricks. The 3rd little piggy had made a big brick house. He made it from bricks he found lying around. The 3 pigs inside thought for sure they were safe now, but Wolf wanted that house laid flat on the ground. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. 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 The big bad wolf blew, then he blew a bit harder, then he blew even harder until he turned blue. But the bricks they were strong, so very much stronger, and the big windy wolf didn't know what to do. The wolf he got tired, he ran out of puff, while the 3 little piggies were toasty and warm. They ate their warm toast and drank hot cups of cocoa. Then they gave the wolf scones and the wolf took them home. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. Not gruesome. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. The pigs they lived long ago, they're not around now. Likewise the big bad wolf, he cannot be found. The wolf he blew hard, but the brick house was stronger. A wolf stands no chance when 3 pigs stand their ground. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. Bye piggies. I'll huff and puff and I'll blow. Thanks for the scones.
Now we're going to swap half into my here.
5 minutes?
5 minutes, oh, okay. What do I know?
Oh, John.
Oh, what do I know that's good? Oh, yeah, see, now I got you. Oh, I think I've got another one here. Remembering things like that. Great, these new memories.
You got blink when you're on stage.
I can't blink when I'm on stage. I don't understand that. But that's okay. Does anyone else feel relieved when the siren keeps going? When you're at home and there's a siren, I feel great when it passes my house and doesn't stop. how blithe each morn that I should see. Alas, come on ahead. She skipped the band and she ran to me. I met her with the red. Oh, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom. Broom of the garden arms. Fain would I be in my own country, and in a feather's gown. Hard fate that I should vanish and be gone from hill and moor, because I love the fairest lass that ever yet was born. Oh, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom. Broom of the garden arms. Fain would I be in my own country, and in the heaven's yard. Adieu, ye garden arms, adieu. Farewell all pleasures there, to wander by her side again is all I crave or care. Oh, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom. Broom of the garden arms. Fain would I be in my own country, and in her feather's gown. Ah, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom.
And I believe your supper is ready. Oh, it's over there. That was my guitar you were crashing on.